Good evening. Welcome to this Wednesday night version of the lsfl4u broadcast. Welcome. Good to see everybody and welcome. Hopefully, your weekend's going good coming up. Father's Day. So, yes, we are going to talk about Father's Day this evening. Check. We're going to talk about Father's Day this evening. Let me turn this up a little bit. Yeah, and I've got some more history, things that happened this month in history of June. All right, so hope everyone's well. And this cord, I gotta figure this out. And I'm late getting on. I wanted to get on like an hour ago, but you know how that goes. Sometimes just things don't, you know, sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it, right? So anyway, yeah, um, we're gonna be going over Father's Day, a little history, and if you still need to get a gift for your dad, don't get stuck. So I got a list of cool stuff this year. If you want to look up, if you haven't gotten them anything yet, there's some cool stuff. Yeah, some of this stuff's pretty cool. So anyway, that's pretty much what we're going to do this evening, and shouldn't be that long, really. So I'm just continuing Christ Coffee and Conversation, and we're getting ready to wrap up. Um, Pretty close. Getting finished with the Gospel of Luke. All right, and I've got rings available: Lord's Prayer and Serenity Prayer rings. Look them up on my Facebook page at lsfl number 4 letter U. If you'd like one, if you want to make a donation, go on to Venmo at Michael Savaggio, um, and let me know where to send it, and I'll send you one. Not much else going on. Summer school is full swing for most kiddos. Summer school. And next week is the first day of summer. Next Wednesday, actually, I believe, is the first day of summer. So I'm going to continue with summer, our topic of summer, next time probably, and just keep on going with that. So there's some new places to check out and things like that I looked up. And so if you're looking to go somewhere, do something, you know, yeah, yeah. So anyway, um, nothing new. If you want to laugh, watch the news. Turn things over to God. All right, in Jesus Christ. You know, this world's crazy. It's getting crazier, right? But don't give in to it. Don't let anybody, especially the government or anybody, tell you how to live, what to buy, what to do. I heard the federal government's dipping into currents now, like crypt, crypto, or whatever, digital money. Don't do it. Do not do it. All right, that's all I got to say. Don't do it. Just keep it. Don't do it. Keep it the way it is. And they want to get away from that anyway. So hopefully it will not get to that with all of us, because they will control and watch how you spend, how much you spend, and control how everything. The government will have control over your money. I'm just saying. Read into it. I started looking it up and reading up on it. Do not do it. Do okay, it's your choice, but just keep things the way they are with your money. Get it in the bank or keep it yourself, cash a check, whatever. Don't get in digital currency if you can't help it. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna cover it. gonna do it as a topic. All right, I will do it soon. So anyway, let's get into things, and I've got some. There's some stuff in history that happened this month, and then we'll get into talking about Father's Day. So let's go. Make the ground shake. Awesome. All right. So in 1909, "Shine On Harvest Moon" by Ada Jones and Billy Murray hit number 1 on the charts. 1922, President Warren G. Harding is the first president to use a radio. And in 1931, the first rocket-powered aircraft designed and patented by Robert Goddard. And I went at school, we watched a documentary on that, and basically, he is the father of rockets, modern rockets. If it wasn't for this gentleman, we wouldn't be going to outer space or anything. So if you wanna look up this gentleman and what he did for, rockets and engineering and stuff like that, I believe it's this gentleman here. And in 1932, the first demonstration of artificial lightning was done in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And in 1934, the first appearance of Donald Duck, called "The Wise Little Hen." And in 1935, Dr. Robert H. Smith and Bill Wilson formed Alcoholics Anonymous. Wow. That was a long that was a long time. That's 34, or actually 35, 1935. In 1937, the world's largest flower blooms in New York Botanical Garden. Calla Lily Calla Lily? And the same year, the Marx Brothers, "A Day at the Races" is released. And in 1940, discovery of element 93, neptunium, is discovered. In 1942, Bing Crosby recorded, and in 1946, Nat King Cole recorded the Christmas song, one of my favorites. And in 1947, the Christmas film Miracle on 34th Street, starring John Payne and Maureen O'Hara, is released. And in 1948, Texaco Star Theater premiered on NBC with Mr. Television Milton Berle as the host. And in 1949, Secker and Warburg publishes George Orwell's novel 1984. Read it, watch the movie. It's almost like what we're living in now. It's scary. All right. It's a utopian, and everything is control. Check it out. In 1949, this dude had a glimpse of an idea of what, and it's pretty close to that. Now you'll be surprised. Now it was set technically in 1948, but you'll get it when you see the movie or read the book. You'll get it. Okay, you'll get it. In 1954, Bill Haley's "Rock Around the Clock" is released. In 1958, "The Purple People Eater" by Sheb Wooley hit number 1. And in 1960, Roy Orbison releases "Only the Lonely," and that is it's his first hit. In 1962, Warner Brothers' "Bill of Hair" Bugs Bunny premieres. In 1963, "Cleopatra" with Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton premieres, and at the time, it was the most expensive film made. And I don't have the number on it, but if you wanna look it up, apparently at the time for 1963, it it was a lot. It cost, quite a bit of money to make back then. Like I said, I don't have the number for it. I should have looked it. I should have, yeah, I should have looked it up. How much they actually in 1963, how much they actually spent on making the movie. And in 1964, The Little Old Lady from Pasadena by Jan and Dean is released. In 1965, Sonny and Cher make their first TV appearance on American Bandstand. In 1966, the Beatles released Paperback Writer and Rain. 66 was a huge year for music. Janis Joplin made her first live concert. Mamas and the Papas for Monday is Gold. And Painted Black by the Rolling Stones hit number one. And Sloop John B by the Beach Boys hit number one. And Dave Clark 5 sets records as they appear for the 12th time on the Ed Sullivan Show. So, yes, they were part of the actual British invasion, and I did do a topic on that, the actual British invasion. And no, it just was not the Beatles. There was more acts than I think it was like Hermits, Dave Clark 5, but was it Petula Clark or Dusty Springfield was part of the British invasion? And then there was actually a second British invasion in the late 60s with Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and, I believe. So interesting that, you know, that the Beatles weren't the only band to come over in the British invasion. But all we Beatlemania, and all these other acts just kinda were in their coattails, right, during this time, but they came also. So in 1967, the Monkees appear at the Hollywood Bowl in LA. You Only Live Twice, the fifth James Bond film with Sean Connery, is premiered. And in 1968, the Rolling Stones released Jumpin' Jack Flash and the horror film Rosemary's Baby, which was cool, different. It was a at the time, it was a cool movie, you know? Um, Forgot the gal's name that was the main, you know, her sister went to the her sister, Prudence, was in India with the Beatles and stuff. I can't think of the actress's name, but sorry. In 1970, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry hit number 1. The Beatles' Let It Be, the album, goes to number 1, and The Long and Winding Road goes to number 1. In 1971, Paul McCartney releases Ram and it goes gold. And in 1972, Elvis Presley records a live album at New York City's Madison Square Garden. Sammy Davis Jr.'s cover of The Candyman goes to number 1 in 1972. 1973, NASA launches the Radio Astronomy Explorer 49. In 1974, Feel Like Making Love by Roberta Flack wins Billboard Song of the Year. I don't remember. I'd have to listen to that again. Feel Like Making Love by Roberta Flack. I'd have to check it out, listen to it again. I don't remember it, but that was 1974. So in 1975, Russia launches the Venera 9 to go to Venus. Tony, Orlando, and Dawn gets a gold record for He Don't Love You in 1975. In 1976, AC/DC headlined their first tour in Britain. And The Gong Show premiered. I watched The Gong Show every night, every week, whenever it was on. I watched Chuck Barris. I watched The Gong Show. Those, look it up, YouTube it, check it out. The Gong Show. It was Mean Gene Dancing Machine. Um, and they had like a 4-panel judge, and if they didn't like it, they hit the gong. And they had different acts on, and it was J.P. Morgan. I don't know if can't remember the other 3, but they had I don't at the time, that was 1976 when the Gong Show premiered. 1977, Apple Computer ships its first Apple II computers. Gets out, and I'm Your Boogeyman by Casey and the Sunshine Band goes to number 1. I'm sorry, but that's probably my favorite. That's a cool tune, okay? Disco or not, I did like Casey and the Sunshine Band. Leonard, Buddy Leonard does his lights for him. All right, cool. That must be cool. All right, to do his lights, working for him. I hope. In 1979, Wings, Paul McCartney and Wings released Back to the Egg, which actually was a pretty good freaking album. Okay, you want to listen to that again? It was a good album, I think. And that was after uh, he had a guitar player quit, Jimmy McCullen or just something quit. He wasn't happy about that one, but and got some other musicians in. But overall, it was a good album. Also, good album. 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark premiered. I remember in high school as a field trip going to see it. Was it at Ronnie's? I think, if I remember right. Raiders of the Lost Ark 81. Went on a field trip to see it. In 1982, E.T. the Extraterrestrial is released. Drew Barrymore. 1982. 1983, Trading Places is released with Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy. Um, what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis was in it. 1984, Ghostbusters. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson premieres. And which I listened, and I don't know if they interviewed Dan Aykroyd or something like that. They said one of the I don't know if it was Bill Murray's character or one of their it was meant for John. He wrote it for John Belushi, and he died with the drug overdose. But I believe when Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd was writing and doing Ghostbusters, it was the a part was supposed to be for John Belushi. And Gremlins is released in '84, and Cyndi Lauper with Time After Time hits number 1. 1989, Star Trek: The Final Frontier premieres. License to Kill, and this is the 16th James Bond movie with Timothy Dalton premieres. And I really, after Sean Connery, I kind of got out of the James Bond stuff. Roger Moore, I think, was okay. I seen at the theaters. I think I went to see Moonraker. I think with Roger Moore. Sorry, but Sean Connery, he was James Bond to me. Hey, you know, agree to disagree, but hey, you know. Anyway, in 1991, Natalie Cole releases Unforgettable with Love, and it wins 6 Grammy Awards and Album of the Year. And Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Kevin Costner and Morgan Freeman premieres. In 1993, Jurassic Park opens and made 502 million the weekend it opened.
Wow.
Cha-ching, 502 million the weekend it opened. Wow. And in 1995, Jagged Little Pill, Alanis Morissette, and it wins a Grammy for Album of the Year. In 1987, Batman and Robin, George Clooney, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chris O'Donnell premiered. And 2000, X-Men with Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, Ian McKellen, who's a good-looking Halle Berry. in 2000. And in 2003, the Spirit rover is launched. And Wicked with Idina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth opens at the Current Theater in San Francisco. I think that just came through here not too long ago. Wicked at the Fox here in St. Louis. And 2002, American Idol. Simon Cowell, Paula Abdul, and Randy Jackson premiered on Fox in 2002, the first American Idol. And in 2007, Transformers with Shia LaBeouf, and Megan Fox premiered. And in 2008, Coldplay released Viva La Vida or Death and won 3 Grammys. And the song Viva La Vida hit #1. I don't know if I've ever heard it. Once again, some of these I've never heard. And if I did, I don't remember it. But yeah, I don't remember. In 2010, Toy Story 3 premieres. In 2012, The Amazing Spider-Man premiered. In 2013, Superman Man of Steel. Henry Cavill and Amy Adams premiered. And 2019's Toy Story 4 is released in 2019. So there's some stuff that happened. I don't have anything after that, after 2019. So I probably should have looked it up and keep up if anything changes as far as history last 4 years, whatever, but that's okay. So some stuff that happened in June. So interesting stuff. A lot of movie premieres, a lot of music. 66 was a huge year for a lot of like Beatles and Janis Joplin, all that going on. Yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So anyway, here we go. This Sunday is Father's Day. So don't forget to get your pop something and thank him for doing what he did, raising our miserable butts and putting up with our shenanigans like the moms did, getting us out of trouble or not getting us out of trouble, or telling us if you get in trouble, just sit in juvie until we can come and get you. So they said,
You are one pathetic loser.
yeah, we knew better. We knew better. We got our we got in trouble. You deal with it. We'll deal with you when we can. You sit there and wait for when we come and get you. Anyway, that's a generation, right? A lot of guys my age grew up in, lost, gone. Anyway, so Father's Day. So here's a little we'll go through a little bit of a history, and then we'll do like Father's Day, how celebrated around the world, because fathers all over the world and different ways they celebrate too. So it's just not here in the U.S. And then we're gonna wrap it up, and then we're gonna talk about gift ideas. So if you haven't gotten your pop anything for Father's Day, I looked up. There's some cool stuff on this list that I'd really like to look into and check out myself. So 1909 May, Sonora Smart Dodd of Spokane, Washington, was listening to a Mother's Day sermon at church. So she decided she wanted to designate a day for her dad. And his name was William Jackson Smart. And it was Dodd's mother died at childbirth. And her father, a Civil War veteran, raised him, single handedly raised him. And 5 kids.
Wow.
Yeah, this dude raised by himself 5 kids. took the responsibility. Imagine that. And the following year, she wanted to celebrate Father's Day on June 5th, and that was her father's birthday. Okay. And petitioned for the holiday to be recognized in where she lived in Spokane. So, needing more time, the mayor pushed the date back to 2 weeks. And the first Father's Day was celebrated on June 19th in 1910. And this came from the Spokane Visitor Bureau and records of city. So, so the first Father's Day celebration, young women handed out red roses to their fathers during church, and large baskets full of like roses were passed around, and attendees encouraged to pin a rose in honor of their fathers, red for the living and white in memory of the deceased. And then she then brought her infant son along on a horse-drawn carriage ride through the city, bringing roses and gifts to homebound fathers. How cool is that? So she had her she had her baby, got in a carriage, and brought roses around the dads that couldn't get around, couldn't get out. Man. So Congress set the second Sunday of May as Mother's Day in 1914 after it was first celebrated on May 10th in 1908. But it took a lot longer for Father's Day to be legal. But thanks to this woman, Father's Day gained popularity. Okay. So they had stuck with Mother's Day for the longest time here, you know, and it took longer and longer for Father's Day. Why, I don't know, but okay. And in 1924, President Calvin Coolidge supported it in order to establish closer relationships between fathers and their children to impress upon fathers the full measure of their obligations, responsibility. That word means today. Okay. Anyway, okay. Anyway. So by 1938, it was getting more and more popular, and the National Council for the Promotion of Father's Day was formed by men's clothing retailers in New York City, pitched in and joined the cause and got it pushed too. Okay. And President Lyndon Johnson is the first presidential proclamation honoring fathers in 1966. And it wasn't until 1972 President Richard Nixon signed a public law that made it the holiday. So from 1924 to 1972, Father's Day finally became a holiday. Okay. 50 years, almost 50 years, whatever, you know, to become Father's Day. So there you go. See, I thought Father's Day was a lot further back than 72. But I know like 1924, yeah, but it wasn't really, until the late 30s, it gained more and more popularity. And then in 66, the proclamation, but it wasn't really signed into law until Nixon did in 72. All right, so it did take a while to actually become a holiday. Yeah, so it did actually take a while to become a holiday. So we're not the only ones here in the States that celebrates Father's Day. All right. So, how do other people around the world, our friends around the world, celebrate Father's Day? Well, in Canada, we influence pretty much like people in Canada like to wear roses to express their gratitude and love for their fathers, which we did. I don't know if they still do that to this day or they just get, a card or a gift or something for their fathers too. But the Kingdom, Ireland, Australia, and South Africa, they organize Father's Day parties and get togethers and provide people an opportunity to celebrate the day in a wide scale to stress the importance of the father's role in the development of the family and the society as a whole. Imagine that. Hmm. Australia, they celebrate privately in their households and they have breakfast for families, and it's a common affair on Father's Day in Australia. In South Africa, they have picnics and they go out fishing or go out to eat for Father's Day. In India, um, they do a lot of the same way like the UK and we did, though a little bit more limited. So they got them a rose, maybe take them out, go do something, get them, in India. So India kind of followed suit from other countries on, to celebrate Father's Day. Okay. And Brazil, it's held on the second Sunday in August in honor of Saint Joachim, and it's the father of Mary. Joachim. I hope I pronounced that right. Joachim, the father of Mary. Okay. Second Sunday in August in Brazil. And in France, it's on the third Sunday in June, and it can be traced back to a company that makes lighters and marketed them as gift for smoking fathers because probably a lot of people in France that was a society thing to do is a pipe or the cigarette is smoked. In Thailand is on the birthday of the widely admired King Bhumibol Adulyadej Dej. Oh God.
Epic fail.
Yeah, sorry about that. I butchered that one. Bu Bumubol. Bumibol? Adulyadej. Sorry. And it was a king that gave the annual speech, and that they give their fathers and grandfathers the canna flower, which is considered to have a masculine that's associated with the masculinity. All right. And in Mexico, there's more festivities than here. And on the third Sunday in June, and it's not in Mexico, it's not really an official holiday, but they give their fathers and celebrate um, gifts. Get them a Father's Day gift, and they celebrate with a party and have music and a buffet of food and all kinds of stuff in Mexico for Father's Day. And in Germany, on Ascension Day, which is the 40th day of Easter, the men have a tradition of celebrating Father's Day by organizing hikes and getting together for parties and making sure to be well supplied with food and, of course, beer. Yeah. They, they like their beer. They know. Yeah. All right. So that's some things how around the world in different countries and how they also celebrate Father's Day. All right. So finally, you don't know what to get your dad yet. It's not too late. It's only Wednesday. All right. So anyway, what am I going to get him? Just a card or tie or socks, shoe, whatever. Well, here's some cool stuff. Look them up, Google them, and I found this list, and um, some of this stuff looked pretty cool. Okay, this is a chill well, and it's a portable air chiller. And they said this thing can cool it down. Apparently, it's like it's cool. And the light socket security camera, and it screws like a light bulb. And you see them if you haven't seen a commercial for them. They rotate, screws in like a light bulb, but it's a camera, and you sync it up to your app on your phone, and you can control the direction of it and everything, and you just screw it in like the outside porch light or door, whatever, you know. And this is the South Bird. It's a drone, and it's this little thing, but it's looks pretty cool, and it's under $100. So if you want to get them a drone, and this is a Zap Tech, and it repels mosquitoes. All right, it's supposed to be pretty. I might look into that one too and look it up some more. And Muama Enens, okay, and it is a language um, portable language interpreter with 36 languages. So if you ever go any country, just, I guess you're talking to it and it repeats it the language of your choice when you go visit other countries. Okay. And this is a pro power save. And apparently this thing cuts your electric bill. Can, they claim, by 90%. I, here's another one I'm going to um,
Wow. Absolutely incredible.
pro power save. Google it, look it up, and check it out. And this is a Kalo. It's a Kailo, and it's a patch, like a pain, that uses nanotech to relieve pain. Okay. And this is the Audion Atom, and it's the world's first hearing aids under $100. And this is the Woodwise Mini Chainsaw. It's just a handheld chainsaw, and apparently this thing can cut through, it's pretty powerful little chainsaw. So, and this is a space scope, and it's a lens that attaches to your cell phone, and this thing zooms in like it was like right in front of you. Check this out. Check it out. Space scope. And you fit your cell phone in it, and it is pretty cool looking too. So if your dad's a hiker or likes the outdoors or, stuff like likes to camp, whatever, apparently this thing, bird watcher to whatever, this thing apparently zooms like crazy good, this lens. Okay. And this is the Vital Fit Track, which is a smartwatch. And this is Nubu, Nuubu. Okay. And it's also a patch, and it stimulates the 60 acupuncture points on your feet, and it helps detoxify your body and cleanses your body out and gets all the, you know, junk and crummy stuff out of your body. And this is called a chill pill. No, it is not a pill. It's a handheld device that helps you fall asleep. Check that out. I think it's shaped like like a oval, big old pill. It looks like a huge pill, but you hold on to it apparently or something like that, and it helps. It apparently helps you fall asleep. And this is the Photo Stick Omni, and apparently this thing saves up to 60,000 photos and videos, any of your devices. And it works on Windows computers, Mac, Apple, phones, iPhones, Android, tablets, stuff like that. The Photo Stick Omni. And it finds, sorts, and saves up to 60,000 photos and videos.
Wow.
All right. And your dad likes to listen to music and has his tablet or, really, apparently these are really, really nice headphones, earbuds, headphones. And this is an Apex drill, APEX. And it changes direction and the handle, and you can turn it different ways to drill. Okay. It's a drill and it changes shapes and directions, and you can, you know, and these are called peeps. No, not the candy. It is a device that uses molecular technology to clean your glasses. And apparently it you know, from what it looks like it does is I mean, it cleans them like, non-scratch, it doesn't scratch, it doesn't, and it's like a thing, and you clamp it on and then you just run it over your glasses, and apparently it does it's supposed to like really do an awesome job on cleaning glasses. And this is Airmoto, and it's a small, compact, wireless device that allows you to check and inflate your tires up to 158.50 psi pound square inch, pressure square inch or pound square inch in just minutes. That looked pretty cool too. And this is a thermo home neck massager. Who would not? Come on. And it uses a combination of cutting edge massage technologies to stimulate your muscles and release tension, help deep within your body in like a 10-minute. So it looked pretty nice. Wouldn't want one of those. And these are miracle sheets. And it's an antibacterial sheet that keeps you cool. They stay clean, stuff like that. And this is the Circa knee, CIRCA knee, and it's a sleeve that fits over your knee to reduce pain. And it looks like it's a really nice knee brace. The picture of it. So if you're having your dad's got some knee problems and you know knee gives him a hard time, and a zippy charger, and it's a charger that charges your devices 4 times as fast as a regular charger.
Wow.
And this is the Air Physio, and it's a medical device that uses oscillating positive expiratory pressure to naturally improve your breathing. When you exhale through this device, a positive pressure is created in your lungs. So maybe if you have sleep apnea or something, I might look this up some more too. And it loosens your mucus from the airway walls so you can cough it out naturally and you breathe again. Air Physio, AIRPHYSIO. Check that one out. Look it up. So it's a breathing device apparently that really does a good job. And an Apex View, it's a dash cam, which I swear by them now. I have a dash cam for your protection now, and it's legal in most states. I think Illinois it's not. Doesn't surprise me. Sorry, nothing against our friends in Illinois, but I know Missouri. Get a dash cam or use your phone. If you ever get pulled over, whatever, you get a dash cam. Okay, it's nice to have. Believe me. And this is a Fuel Saver Pro. They don't advertise this a lot, probably. They say they don't want people to know a lot about this one. So it reprograms your car's fuel efficiency to save gas. And any car, it it's good after 1996 and from 1996 and on. Check that one out. I'm definitely looking that one up. Fuel Saver Pro. So I don't know if it plugs into your computer thing and it sets for your fuel pump or whatever that goes on in the but apparently they're not, you know, not a whole lot of talk about it. The oil companies and gas companies do not, I guess, something that really to know, but you're allowed to. It's not illegal, or they wouldn't put them out, right? Make them. Fuel Saver Pro. Check that one out. And this is a laundry masher, okay? And it's like a tube, and it's like a tube, and it contains hundreds of specially designed nano silver infused ceramic beads, and it's been tested to be microbial, and it kills bacteria and odors every time you use it, and it's reusable, and you can use it about 200 times before getting another one, before replacing it. Laundry masher. No more laundry soap. No more. This does this apparently at all, and somehow it cleans your clothes just like it would, apparently. If you want to look into that one, uh, check that one out. More information on that. And this is Sleep Connection, and this is an anti-snoring wristband. And I believe it like sends like pulses or something or another while you sleep, and it's supposed to. I don't know. It's a wristband. And this is a power pod, and it's a keychain phone charger. Check that one out. And this is a battery vault. Okay. It's like a toolbox for batteries. And it holds up to 180 batteries from, AAA, C's, D's, 9 volts, 180 batteries this thing holds. And there's separate compartments, like a like a tackle box or a tool, but they're all in. You can put all the batteries in these compartments. Organizer for your batteries, and this is Bondic, and it reattaches broken eyeglasses, and it refills holes from in leaking plumbing to about pretty much just said anything. Okay, you can fix, and there's a liquid they put on like a super glue or whatever, like a super glue or type thing. It's a liquid, but it uses a UV light for a few seconds, and the liquid that you use, it freezes, and it comes like just a solid clear plastic that's like rock solid, and it can only be used with UV light, they say, with it. Okay, specifically, you have to use a UV light on this stuff. on this liquid, and apparently this thing, you know, and this finally, the Nokia fit, and it's a phone that fits on your finger. It fits on your finger, a phone, like a ring, but it's like a cap, like, and it fits on your finger. It's a phone.
Wow.
Yeah. You put it on your finger, and it's a phone. All right. And of course, sorry, I forgot what we're going to do next is just for because guys have movies that are guy movies that you love and it's the coolest things and stuff you've ever seen, right? So what's the difference between a guy movie and a girl movie? A chick flick and a guy flick? Well, action, adventure, good-looking women, gadgets, shooting, fighting, okay? Westerns, Clint Eastwood, all right? John Wayne, okay? Guy flicks. All right. Well, I looked up the list and most of them were the same. Like I said, I just don't look up and go through like one list. I look up, a couple lists, maybe two, three, and all these movies are on it's the same list. Okay. The ultimate dad movies. All right. Coolest movies, classics, great movies, guys will always go to. All right. For movies. The first Godfather. Yeah, the first Godfather. Is that the Italian flag? Is that the Italian? I don't know. Hopefully that was it. Was it the first Rocky? Sylvester Stallone. Cool. The first Rocky. The first Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. The first Die Hard movie. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And Fight Club. Brad Pitt and Ed Horton or whatever. That was a cool movie. And Pulp Fiction. John Travolta, um, uh, Samuel Jackson was in that one, and Gladiator, cool flick. Russell Crowe, and Saving Private Ryan. I think Tom Hanks was in that one. It was a war movie. Braveheart, Mel Gibson. Yes. The Hangover. Raunchy, but it's a guy movie, right? And I don't know if I've seen this one or not. It's called The Departed, and I'm not sure. I don't remember seeing that one, but and of course, classic among classics, Animal House, John Belushi's first movie. I remember going to the show and seeing it. All right. But back then, you didn't have to worry about bringing your kids to an R-rated movie because we weren't at, okay, that was a time long ago. That was a time, you know, you see it. I seen Saturday Night Fever when it came out. Didn't think anything. Oh well, yeah, there was naked women. So who cares? At the time, we didn't think about it. You know, it's a generation we lived in. We didn't, you know, we didn't go out and copy a stupid movie. You know, or care. Oh, um, uh, there's one I want to mention too. Goodfellas. I'll mention this movie at the end. Scarface. Yes. Say hello to my little friend, right? Is that Al Pacino? Raging Bull. Boxing movie. I think, was it Robert De Niro? Just cool movie. And Fast Times at Ridgemont High in the 80s. All those. Sean Penn. Um, Phoebe Cates. Yeah, the scene, one of the all-time greatest guy scenes in movies. Come on, you can't not. When she got out of the pool, how many guys? Lord forgive me, but come on, back when you see. Whoa, okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm a pig. I'm a guy. Whatever, man. You know. Woo. Anyway, I'm sorry. Where was I? Oh, the movie, the music about the band. This is Spinal Tap. What a and if especially when you're a musician, it's got to be a must see. You're a musician, you got to watch. This is Spinal Tap. And I heard some of that stuff was taken from actual real bands that things happened to 'em. Also, um, was it the Stonehenge? Instead of being too small, I think I can't remember who the band was, but it was too it was too huge. It wouldn't fit on the stage or something like that. It was just colossal. It just was too big for the stage or something like that. But this, they turned it around and made it, see the movie. All right. And of course, Taxi Driver, a young, uh, what's the actress's name in it? Robert De Niro. You talking to me? Okay. Great, great. Yeah. 76, 75, 76, maybe, I think. And she was only what, it's like 16 or 17, and she played the hooker. Man, yeah, great movie. Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. Yeah, probably my favorite one. And first, Revenge of the Nerds. Okay. Anyway, it made the list. Easy Rider. Peter Fonda and gosh darn, I'm just drawing blanks on actors and names tonight. I apologize. Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and High Plains Drifter. Yeah, all great spaghetti westerns. Really cool. And Apocalypse Now. Yeah, Marlon Brando, uh, Kirk Douglas. No, Michael something, whatever. Michael Douglas. Michael. Sorry, I told you I'm drawing blanks on names tonight. Terrible.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah. Apocalypse Now, though. What a trippy movie. All right. It was cool. And the first Blade Runner with Harrison Ford. And, of course, Star Wars. Any of them? Any Star Wars movie. And the hockey movie Slapshot. Yeah. Paul Newman. The Hanson brothers. And the first Blues Brothers. And Reservoir Dogs. Really cool movie. Cool movie. And what was the one I was going to mention? Of course, I forgot. And of course, I forget it. that I wanted to mention. I forgot what movie I was gonna add on to it. Of course, I forget. Go figure. An ADH moment, folks. I apologize. Yeah, there was another one, and now I can't think of the darn movie. Oh, about the knights, King Arthur, Excalibur, back in like 80, or was it 80, early 80s? Excalibur was a cool guy flick movie. If I if I think about it and talk about movies long enough, maybe I'll remember the name of the movie that I wanted to give a shout out to. Anyway, of course I forgot. Anyway, and that, my friends, wraps up Father's Day. So so if you ever want to get him any of these movies, cool guy list for ultimate dad movies. Um, yeah, any John Wayne movies here should have I mentioned on the list. Clint Eastwood movies, of course. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm forgetting the movie I did want to mention, of course, and um I didn't because I forgot. Forgot the name of the movie I was going to say. And of course, probably any of your Marvel hero movies. Any of them. Thor, Spider-Man, Avengers, you know, good dad flicks, action, superheroes, come on. Justice League, Aquaman, whatever. Superhero movies. Can't go wrong with dad. Okay. And if you got an older dad, older, they'd probably like Dean Martin flicks, Jerry Lewis, Martin and Lewis, go back to those days, with movies in the 60s, even in the 50s, you know. If your dad's, 70s, pushing 80, you're going to remember and enjoy those again, you know. Marx Brothers, Three Stooges. Okay. If you want to get them a box set of something like Three Stooges or stuff like that. Yeah. So, anyway, so there's some movies. Sorry, I forgot the one I wanted to mention to give a shout out to, an honorable mention, and didn't. I apologize. I forgot, of course, what the movie I wanted to mention. So, anyway, yeah. So that wraps up this broadcast. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel of LSFL, the number four letter U YouTube channel. Subscribe. You can check this out on Twitter. All right. At LSFL, number four letter U Michael on Twitter. And I'm going to post this on Twitter. And soon, I'm just working, chugging along. Hopefully, still have guests on, work on that one, keep topics coming in. Like I said, I think I'm going to look up that digital currency that they're forcing down people's throats. Wait a minute, did I say that out loud? This is not a political channel, by the way. This is the opposite: life, faith, family, health, career, and positive news that I do here. So this is a non political channel. God fearing man here, minister, you know, just struggling just like everybody else, taking one day at a time, you know. So anyway, I'll be back with our Bible group talking about uh, the Gospel of Luke. and hopefully I'll get that finished up soon. Go on to the next. Of course, we'll probably do John next. So we'll cover the Gospel of John. So any comments, suggestions on topics, send them in. And don't forget I got rings and hopefully soon, eventually, still in the works of apparel, shirts, hats. I'll be making stuff. I hope in the near future, God in God's time, right? In God's time, not mine. So anyway, um, enjoy yourselves. And summer coming up, and I'll do part two of everything summer. So I think we did what theme parks and cruise ships. If you want to go on a cruise, so we're gonna keep going on that since summer's coming up next week, the first day of summer. Summer school going strong. A lot of kids. Summer school this month. And in July, with the 4th of July, I've got surgery on my foot to be done again. So I'll be out the first part of July because it's at the end of the month when I'm having the surgery done. I got some stuff to fix in my foot when I broke my ankle. Some stuff going on in there. They need to patch and fix up. Okay. So yeah, I'll be laid up for a little while in July. So, oh well, you know, maybe that's a good time to really do some major broadcasting. Maybe I won't have anything. Don't can't go anywhere. Won't have any, I can't do anything for a while. I believe I'll be in a splint, and then I'll move. I'll get probably have to put a boot back on. You know, for a while and it's got to heal. Said the first week though, I'm pretty much off of it, and that's the sucky part of it when you're laid up because you hate it so much. God, you just hate being laid up, don't you? So anyway, yeah. Anyway, I hate even thinking about it, but hopefully, you know, it'll 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 go well and send prayers my way. Okay, so the more prayers, the better. So anyway, once again, thank you so much. I appreciate your support and what I do here. 4 years. This is like 4 years I've been doing this. Awesome. And it's a blessing. So absolutely. Just gonna keep going. Gives me something. I enjoy doing it. So I hope this helps you. And this isn't about money. This is just giving you an alternative to the world and what the stupid just what's going on. And I know spiritually it's your own decision, it's your own journey, but find God and accept the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. So I don't push it, right? I'm not one of those where, you have to because I believe in you, like a lot of things going on now. And yes, we've gotten to a lot of such self gratification, materialistic people. It's what the world is, right? I think we forget. And I do believe we need to go back to morals, families, teaching our children respect, being respectful, manners. Yeah, I'm old. I'm showing my age. Taking responsibility, dads, fathers, men, it's who we are. You know, take responsibility. We need to take care of our kids and not let the government or anyone else raise our kids. Family. That's all I'm saying. All right, whatever. You know. So anyway, God bless each and every one of you, and thank you again. Appreciate it. I'll be back hopefully maybe early this week or probably not this weekend. Maybe Friday. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to be back soon, and we're going to keep talking about summer. Summer coming up, things to do, places to go, what you're going to, just stuff like that. And we'll do our Bible, Gospel of Luke, and we're getting along with that one. And more topics. Just keep on going and send ideas in for topics. And yeah, the whole digital currency thing may is on the list, because of course it's being forced. Executive orders. So sick of that. You know,
Shut up.
You suck, you jackass.
coming up with this stuff, executive orders enforcing currency on us. Okay, so they're coming after us. Don't ever think that they're not. But it's a non-political channel. Sorry, I don't want to get off track of what I do here, so they don't, you know. Anyway, be careful and watch things coming on. It's, you know, and what they're trying to do. The government, our own government, is doing this stuff. So be watchful and watch what's going on too at the same time. I'm not involved in it. Like I said, I'm not living in this world. I am, but not, what's going on with everything else and what everybody's, you know. So don't get caught up in this rat race, Satan ruled world. It's God's. Okay, I don't want to get off here too much. This is God's world. Satan just, unfortunately has dominion over it to cause what's going on. We have a choice. That's all. One or the other. So anyway, hey, like I said, I'm not forcing anybody. I'm not forcing my faith. I'm not forcing, but look around. Look what's going on. All right. That's all. So anyway, congratulations to get off the subject of me going on a soapbox rant. Congratulations to the Las Vegas Golden Knights winning the Stanley Cup. Apparently they clocked them. It was like 9-3. So yeah. So congrats to the Golden Knights baseball, of course. I can't believe the All-Star break is going to come up like in the middle of July. So hopefully your team is doing okay. I know we're not doing that hot, but we're in a rebuilding and we'll get there again. It's the Cardinals. We'll get there again. Don't worry. Um, Soccer, you know. Let's see what else. The NBA Finals just finished. Denver Nuggets won, I believe. NBA. And I don't watch basketball anymore. I think after Jordan, that was pretty much it for me. I know it's been, yeah, after Jordan, and I kind of stopped watching basketball. Sports overall, don't watch much TV. I don't watch the news. I don't know about you guys, but look up independent news, Christian news, independent news. You're gonna know what's going on with those. Social media on your TV and your local, they're not gonna tell you a darn thing what's going on and the truth about anything. I know a lot of people say it. I'm not, and see, the beauty of it is, if you're like me, I don't claim a political party. I don't claim a title in this world as far as a conservative, left wing, right wing, liberal. I'm sorry, don't ask me. because I don't have a title. I don't have a title. I'm none of those. I'm none of the above. Okay? So anyway, I don't I vote with my conscience. Who will do the right thing, not on a popularity contest or what party they're with, but who will be for the people and do what's right. A God-fearing man and do the right thing. That's all. It's not rocket. That's you know. But hey, if you, that's okay, you want a political party. That's you want to be a left wing, you want to be right wing. You want that title to you. Okay, no problem. Cool. You know. But I just choose not to be any of it. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, it's 9:30 here, my time. I guess it's time. Yeah, it's time for me to fly. So anyway, sorry. I hope I didn't get too much ranting and raving, but really, things are pretty jacked up in this world. We need to get back. We need to go back. Take a step back. Start being people and human beings again. Amen. You know, that's all. Weird, crazy stuff. Why I don't know, but like I said, Satan's running amok. Don't fall into it. That's all I'm saying. Don't fall for it in this world. So anyway, okay, enough because I keep ranting. I keep going and going. So anyway, I'll be back soon with another broadcast. Gospel of Luke, more topics. We'll do summer, continue on that, and have a nice Father's Day. If I'm not back, have a nice Father's Day. Go out and do something with your dad. You know, um, spend some time with your pop. Okay. So anyway, thank you. God bless, and I'll see you soon. Good night.